Hey there, Scouts. Me once again, Bryant the Chinchilla, or as most of you might know me, the off-brand Binging with Babish, aka the 99-cent store trash version. Today we're making a sandwich. We're going to go ahead and gather the ingredients for that. The basic is, of course, bread. After that point, I'm going to go ahead and grab my choice of fillings, which includes pickles and mayonnaise. Now, I know some people don't like pickles and mayonnaise, but they're honestly just insane if they say that, and don't believe them. Then I grab the pre-sliced turkey, which is a delicacy among people like me. And then I try to look for some good cheese, but I can't really find any, so I kind of just grab the American cheese that's in the back. You can throw them like frisbees.
What the fuck, Richard?
Once you gather all your ingredients and you go and pick up the cheese off the floor that you just threw, you can go ahead and start constructing your sandwich. Now, you're going to need to start out with the foundation of bread, and I found that opening up a bread bag is harder than it looks. I don't know how I just figured this out, but yeah. Anyways, you start out with 2 pieces of bread. Now, this is just basic trigonometry. That you need 2 slices of bread in order to make a sandwich, otherwise you're just going against the laws of physics. I learned it in school, don't worry. Then you close up the bread bag to make sure that, your bread doesn't go stale, and the next time you try to make a sandwich, all the bread's stale, and then you have to go and eat a bowl of ketchup, which is not good in any way, in case you didn't know. Then I put the bread away, and then I go out, grab a knife to spread some mayonnaise around, and in my happiness, I poke a hole in the cheese with my knife. And, you don't have to worry about that. It kind of can just happen sometimes, but it's all going inside your stomach, so it really doesn't matter. Then you go ahead and get ready to spread around some mayonnaise, and you kind of just, yeet some mayonnaise on there. Like that, and you kind of just spread it around. It's not that hard to do, but I'm going to go ahead and skip through this part because it takes a while to spread around mayonnaise, and it's not exactly something fun to watch, so let's go ahead and skip through that. Once you're done with that, you can go ahead and start layering on your turkey, and you might as well slide down the turkey so that way you don't have to reach all the way into the back to grab it. Now, as I said before, this is a delicacy among people like me. And surprisingly, there are more people like me than I thought, which really says something about the world today, and I don't want to think what it means, frankly. So you kind of just shingle it on there. I think that's what it's called. I only know shingles on, like, roofs or the virus.
If you had chickenpox, the shingles virus is already inside you.
But you got to be really careful with it because it's a delicacy. So you see right there, I had to flip it around so that way I get like an even spread of pre-sliced turkey. What really makes this fancy though is that it's a honey turkey, I think is what it says. But yeah, you go ahead and wipe your hands off so that way you can avoid cross-contamination with the cheese, even though the cheese is going right on the turkey. But we're going to ignore that. In case you didn't know, American cheese is just made out of glue and orange food coloring, which explains why it's sticking to the sandwich so well, and it's sticking to the wrapping. I mean, look at that. It's clearly just glue and orange food coloring, but, I'm not complaining. Then I go ahead and open up the pickles, and I grab a pickle slice, and I do the patented pickle shake technique, but I only do it once. I kind of just do like a watered down version of it here, so that way I don't get copyrighted. Please don't copyright me, pickle people. Once you're done with that, you go ahead and wipe your hands off again because pickle juice is not something that's good on its own, but it is good on a sandwich. I don't recommend dipping your sandwich into pickle juice though. So once you're done with that, you can go ahead and layer on the top piece of bread, and there you go. Your sandwich is now complete. You go ahead and throw away the trash and bask in the joy of making a sandwich. But you gotta make sure to put everything away. So you go ahead and put the knife in the dishwasher, and you're gonna have to gather up all the ingredients and put them back anyways. So this is by far the best thing I've ever made. Once you figure out that you can't hold all 3 at once, just say screw it and do 2 trips, because you really don't want to drop a pickle jar on the ground and have it shatter and split your foot open. So you go ahead and grab your Diet 7-Up, because we're living like kings here. And you decide to go grab your fanciest glass to put it in, because this is a special occasion. And once you do find that oh-so-special glass, you go ahead, grab it, pull it out, and present it. Beautiful. Then you go ahead and pour your 7-Up, because you spill your soda because your two brain cells just couldn't figure out how to cooperate with each other. And then because they kept on fighting, you decide to do it two more times before finally cleaning up your mess. Once you've given up with that, you can go ahead and just clean it up, because this is not something that you want around your sandwich. And as you can see, I'm trying to protect it so that way it doesn't get soaked, because a soaked sandwich is never good. So let's go ahead and try out how this tastes. And honestly, it's spectacular just how mediocre it is. But it'll join the Clean Plate Club, not because it's actually any good, but because it's out of necessity, and I have nothing else in my fridge. This video is brought to you by depression. Brought to you by my midlife crisis, because who wouldn't be having a crisis in this economy, in this day and age? If you enjoyed that content and you want to subscribe, go ahead and click here. If you want to watch any more of my videos, click over here. Hopefully those show up me. And if you want to just support the channel, go ahead and leave a like if you want to see more of this content. And if Binging with Babish somehow watches this, I love your videos, Binging with Babish.